Hey, what's happening, you guys? This is Coach Joel, and this is your weekly check-in. Yes, I have a lot of clothing on. That's because here in Reno, Nevada, it's snowing. We need the precipitation. There's a lot of rain coming through the coast, California. So a lot of people who are out in California, shout out to you guys. You guys are getting rain. I know even in the Midwest, there's been a lot of rain too. These is all very good things. Yet, I'm not here to talk to you about the weather. What I'm here to talk to you about is your macros. Stop counting your macros, you guys. Listen, there's a time and a place to count macros, but it's very short and very limited. Macro counting didn't come up until the late 80s. Before then, we didn't count macros, we ate food. And it's less about what we're eating and more about how we're eating. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, if you're not familiar with macros, what we're talking about is macronutrients. Your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrate. It's a big thing these days to be able to be exact in the science of knowing exactly what your percentages are throughout the day, because there's apps and there's diet programs and count your macros and know exactly. Yet, after 10 years being in the health and fitness field, working nutrition, I have seen many great results with macro counting, but more failed attempts even after they get the results. That's because going after a system is not going to work. But knowing how we're supposed to eat, that is different. And that is one thing we focus on in the proclivity method to help get metabolic flexibility. We've talked about metabolic flexibility before, which is helping your body learn and become very efficient at burning fat and carbohydrates. Most people are metabolically inflexible, meaning they can only use carbohydrates. This causes us to want to eat carbs throughout the day, and then we usually go towards the processed food, so we're not getting the micronutrients, the appropriate nutrients for us to be able to lose weight. Now, here's another thing. How we eat, like I've said before, is vitally important because you could be counting your macros, and we've had plenty of clients who have come to us and gone, I count my macros, I count my calories, and I don't lose any weight. Well, tell me about your day. What's your stressors? When you eat, how do you eat? Are you sitting down? Are you breathing in between bites? Or are you running out the door with your coffee in hand as fast as you can? If you're doing that, what you're doing is you're eliciting a sympathetic response, a fight or flight, as if we were in the savannah and we were getting stalked by a lion. If we're constantly in that state, you know what the food, even the good food that we come in, the correct macros, what it's going to do? In and out. Your GI tract is not going to do what it's supposed to do, take in the nutrients, just get in and out, or it could also hold, so we might get constipated. So if you're somebody that might be constipated quite often, or you have loose stools often, it could be because of how you are eating. Another thing, when we're in a sympathetic state, this is fight or flight. The body's going, ooh, shoot, we don't know what's going to happen. So what we need to do is we need to store energy for the possibility of keeping us alive later. What do you think it's going to store? Fat. It's going to store fat. So everyone who's like, I want to have a better body composition, I want to lose fat, yet I don't want to control my day, I don't want to sleep more, I don't want to block out an hour to make sure that when I sit down for lunch, breakfast, or dinner, that it's my time, phone away, not doing any additional work. This is how it works. When you start adjusting those things, then what you find is long, sustainable results, because you're controlling your life, how you're eating, not just what you are eating. Then when you start hyper-focusing or start creating the habit of eating the right foods because they make you feel good and you like the way they taste instead of because a program told you to do so, Then it's something that your palate changes to. Now it's more of what you are when it comes to food, right? Instead of just something you have to do. So, Emily and I just got done doing episode 47. This is a great episode. Please listen to it. It is incredibly informational. All you have to do is click on the link below or head to the Proclivity Podcast. Check it out. We have a bunch of other incredible podcasts that are on there as well. So take a look at it. Let us know. If you have questions, just pop them down below. Hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you next week.